I mean, I gotta ask you, how does it feel to be traveling again?
Great.
You know, in the airport again after what you went through.
A little bit of anxiety, but it's been good. Yeah.
Are you doing anything differently, like, you know, when you're getting ready to travel, or was there any new techniques you used?
No.
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 And a lot of people are curious.
Yeah.
What exactly you saw, because you know you alluded to what you saw, but like we just want to know, like, you know, what did you see?
I mean, thanks for asking that, but I have been told I cannot comment on it right now.
I see.
So,
I see.
I'm sorry.
Are you going to, like, you know, have a full kind of interview somewhere, or like what's going on? What's the deal? What's the plan on?
The rate it's going, I feel like it's gonna have to happen.
Yeah.
So yes, there's some things in the works, mostly nonprofit charity stuff. But I've been trying to like lay low for the most part, but reporters wouldn't let that happen. So
yeah. Well,
like I was so much strong-armed into speaking, and now here we are.
Well, I do want to know, like, I mean, you won't say to me what you saw right now.
Yeah.
You can't.
All right, just got her too.
Yeah.
Well, but what about, like, what was the reason that you wanted to get off so bad?
Again, can't speak on that right now, but I was distressed and I was getting off the plane no matter what. I just probably didn't need to make the scene that I made.
Right.
But I was getting off that plane, for sure.
Right, and you stand by that, like,
100%,
even now?
100%.
Now, I know what some of you are going to say. Oh my, another plane story. Another video on the plane lady. And I just want to say, I do create videos touching on multiple topics every day. I do talk about Maui, I do talk about the jab, I do talk about the government. It's just that the plane stories are my personal favorite to talk about. I like the mystery behind them. Even if this leads to nothing, even if it's just clout all along, I still like talking about it because I do believe there is a big event involving planes soon, because we see it all over the news. And these people who are panicking on these planes all fall within that narrative. But I still do want to thank you all for watching these videos. Even if you feel that I'm overdoing it, I still appreciate you anyway, so thank you. But I did want to create this video for a specific reason, because I do have new information on Tom Cowling, the British boxer who had a panic on his flight after seeing something that really terrified him. And it does go hand in hand with Tiffany Gomas' new video here. When the news initially broke out what happened to Tom Cowling, they stated the police dragged him off the flight. They could not calm him down. Even when he was in the police car, they could not calm him down, and he was attacking police officers. And this outrage continued inside the hospital. He was taken to a hospital where he kept attacking staff and he kept attacking the police. It was so bad that they do continue to give him multiple charges, and he's actually still in Croatia. But those close to Tom say that this is not the case at all, that the media and the police are lying, that once Tom was off the flight and taken into the police car, the police beat him and told him he better not talk, he better not say a word about what he saw. And it only got worse as he arrived to the hospital, as they continued to torture him and even stick things inside his pee hole. Now, he is afraid that he will never leave Croatia, and he is worried that his calls are being heavily monitored, so he's refusing to say what he saw. But what he did say is that what he saw is out of your worst nightmares, and if you saw it too, you would also break down in complete hysterics. And so when I saw Tiffany Gomas' new video, and I do want to say I do not believe this woman's name is Tiffany Gomas. I still do not believe that. I do believe the name Tiffany is a alias for some reason. We saw that with also Tiffany Dover. But when I saw her new video, it does go hand in hand with the fact that these people are being told they're not allowed to talk. But she still alludes to the fact that yes, indeed I did see something. And even towards the end when she tells the TMZ reporter I was getting off that flight, you can see the sincerity in her face. There is still a hint of fear when she talks about it.
Right.
But I was getting off that plane, for sure.
Right, and you stand by that, like, even now?
100%.
And I really do have to say, I honestly do believe she saw something. Because you do have to understand, if she was doing this for a clout, we did have multiple people also have the same type of reaction on their flight as well, all within the span of about a month from each other. And while this is happening, we do have the airliners having major issues in the skies. In July alone, there were almost 49 near misses of planes crashing into one another. And I'm not talking about small planes. I am talking about major airliners. We have pilots dropping dead left and right from heart attacks and other diseases. This all cannot be a coincidence. Something is missing here that connects everything together. This, to me, in 2023, feels like one of the most dangerous times to fly. Like I said on my last video about planes and premonitions, every time I open up the news, there is a negative story about planes. Matter of fact, there's even one today. 11 hospitalized after Delta flight hits severe turbulence. And I do believe that this is all to get us mentally prepared for this major event that will be coming that does involve planes. And for all the people that are saying these people are just doing it for clout, you have to remember some of these people are flying in places that do not play around with the play around, like Russia and China. You have a great disturbance on one of these flights, like in Russia, they're not only going to snatch you up, but they're going to snatch your people up as well. They took that Russian man who had a panic on his flight seeing 3 ghosts. They roughed him up and brought him straight to the hospital. And that is the last we ever heard from him again. Just like Tom Cowling and just like the Chinese man. Some of these people we will never hear from ever again. So I do honestly believe this woman is being forced not to talk about what she saw. Because you do have to remember, she never came out to discuss what she saw. She was pretty much laying low. Even in the video, she says that it was reporters that harassed her. It was reporters that made her come out of hiding. That once reporters got a hold of this story and found out information about her, there was information all over the internet. It pretty much exploded. During a time, weeks after this story initially broke out where she had a panic on her flight, nobody on the internet could find her. But weeks later, when reporters got a hold of her, there was just an explosion of information. And not from her, it was from reporters. They knew where she worked, they knew where she lived, they even knew how much her house was worth. It really does come off as, we know everything about you, so you better not talk. And to me anyway, she does come off as pretty nervous throughout the video. She's nervously smiling, she's moving around a lot, she's fidgeting. Also throughout the video, she keeps looking at this tall man to the right of her in this black shirt, who I thought at first may be hired security, because she is a famous face on the internet. But now I do not believe so, because towards the end, when the TMZ man asks her, "You're not going to talk about what you saw," she nervously looks at the man next to her when he says, "All right, this is another one." And then she says, yeah, as she's smiling.
Well, I do want to know, like, I mean, you won't say to me what you saw right now. You can't. All right, just got her. Well, but what about?
I don't know who exactly this man is, but it does feel like he's the one in control here. Now, I did send an email to Tiffany Gomez hoping I would get an interview. I even stated in that email that I do strongly support her, and I do believe she saw something on that plane. So I am still waiting to hear back from her. Now, we don't know exactly what these people saw that is causing them to panic, but what we do know is that we are heading into a catastrophe in the skies with all these near misses. And I do like that theory that these people are having premonitions or maybe even seeing death itself, and is stopping these planes from taking off. It's delaying them, allowing enough time to avoid a collision with another plane. But I do want to hear from you. What do you believe these people are seeing that they are not allowed to talk about? Please comment below. In any case, thank you so much for watching. If you do like this channel and you want to see more, please subscribe. If you're already subscribed, please like, as any engagement does help the channel grow. Once again, thank you so much for your support.